So lately there's been two things I've been getting into. Three. One, handheld footage, stabilizing. Two, transitions. No, wait. That's pretty much it. Been wanting to do this video for a while. Ever since I saw Creative Ryan do it freaking years ago. Got a lot of views, so I'm like, maybe I can do that too. Kind of learned a few things. Been doing a lot more handheld transitions. So let's start with the first one that I swear it's like everyone just found out how to do it. It's the hand over the lens and then the reveal. So let's do that one right now. Alright, so the thing about the reveal is you gotta cup it all the way on the first one, make sure it's all black, and then do the same thing again and then reveal. A lot of people, they're kind of going like this, and like you can tell who's an amateur at it and who hasn't practiced. You gotta practice. Alright, let's go to the next one. I'm gonna call this one the whip. So one thing I noticed about the whip is it seems to look best with a lot of motion blur. So my shutter speed was super high. We're gonna bring it down. One thing I noticed about the whip transition is that you want to have motion blur, you want to have 24 frames a second, 50 shutter speed. That's gonna be the most ideal because I've noticed when I do whips at 60 frames, 120 shutter speed, it's not as clean. So you really want that motion blur. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna whip this way and we're gonna whip that way again for the second shot. Hope you guys are ready. Yo guys, I know these aren't the most glamorous shots, but I wanted to keep it simple. And if you'll notice on the butterfly shot, it's not really as smooth because I didn't have my shutter speed set correctly. So what I did was speed up the beginning of the whip to kind of connect it a little more. All right, let's go. Hello. All right, I'm doing this for the third time because I just did it a second time and my mic wasn't on. That's awesome. How you doing? Okay, so guys, when it comes to transitions, the way you want to think about it is you're kind of like connecting them. It's just like you basically want to think about it as you're just connecting everything, obviously. So the smoother you can do that with things like the shutter and matching the colors, going the right direction, and you can even just get super creative with it. They'll come out better and better the more you practice. That is so key. And I feel like practicing these types of transitions, mastering them, you'll just like naturally get better at other transitions. So that's something I'd recommend. Practice and practice and practice. Yeah, so this next one, I call it the bump, which in Ryan's video, he called you eat the camera and then, you know, whatever. All right, so this one I like to call the bump. So basically what you do is you hit the camera on something and then you do the same movement on an object or the same object. In the next shot. So you can get really creative with this. You can like bump into objects, you can bump into faces, you can kind of bump into anything. Like I said, once you start doing them, you'll start seeing how they work and then you'll just get better at it naturally. So here's this one I like to call the bump and ram. I just changed the name, the bump and ram. So here we go. Whoa. That was real. That's the last one, guys. I hope you can maybe get something from this. I know they're really simple, but this is kind of for the beginners. Transitions are fun, man. Like, there's a few really good transition videos. I wanted to keep this one simple. Yeah, so that's really it. Check out my bike.